shaking, she reached in her purse and pulled out her cell phone. She dialed Gavin's number. Eyes locked on his door, she listened to it ring over and over again.
"You've reached Gavin Blake. You know what to do."
Emily's heart clenched, tightened, and dropped into the pit in her stomach when she heard his voice. That sweet voice would forever haunt her if he didn't take her back. That sweet, pleading voice that had begged her to believe him. She hung up, dialed again, and listened once more. She didn't speak. She couldn't. Her frantic breathing would be the only message he would receive. Words. She had none. Emily pressed a hand to her mouth as the realization he wasn't forgiving her set in. For a few painful moments, she was silent. Then grief erupted in her chest. A torrent of tears flew down her cheeks. Her cries echoed throughout the hallway. She retreated and felt her back hit the wall. She stared at his door, the vivid memory of his face ingrained in her head. Searing pain surged and twisted in her gut as she slowly made her way into the elevator, her heart plummeting with its descent. Shoulders slumped and spirit broken, Emily unlocked the door to her apartment. A small light above the stove cast a faint glow across the living room. Quieting her footsteps so as not to wake Olivia, Emily made her way into her bedroom. Still shaking, a cloak of sadness enveloped her as she padded into her bathroom. She flipped on the light and stared at her reflection. The green eyes, once vivid with hope, held no semblance of life. She ran her fingers over her cheeks, muddied with mascara. Her face looked pale. Even worse, her heart was stricken with loss. She flattened her palms against the cool marble surface of the sink, hung her head, and wept, gulping for air as pain so deep blanketed her soul. Regret in the most brutal form tightened like an unforgiving noose around her neck. She tried to calm down by turning on the hot water and splashing her face. After reaching for a towel, she dried herself and shut off the light. Fatigue slowed her feet as she made her way to her bed, and she curled up on her side. Exhausted, she sank into the mattress, attempting to gain a few hours of sleep. But that wouldn't come. No. As seconds, minutes, and hours ticked by, Gavin's pained face and confused blue eyes invaded Emily's conscience. She drew in a shaky breath, rolled onto her back, and stared at the ceiling. Over the next few hours, swells of gut-wrenching pain rippled across her heart. She'd let him slip through her fingers. Trying to ignore the ear-piercing sound of Blake Industries' private jet's engines firing up, Gavin wondered if Emily would remember things he'd never forget. Wondered how this was truly the end. He'd lost her. In less than 7 hours, she would be Dylan's for good. He tugged his suitcase from the back of Colton's Jeep, his heart sinking further into his stomach as he peered into the clear, cold night sky. Colton stepped onto the tarmac, his expression no more at ease than it had been when Gavin came to him.
"You don't have to do this, little man,"
Colton yelled, tufts of his dark hair whipping around in the engine's fury.
"Bouncing out of the city in the middle of the night won't bring her back."
Gavin wasn't sure if leaving would erase the mark Emily had seared into his soul. He also wasn't sure if he'd ever be free from the ache of needing her, the only emotion he truly fucking owned. He knew he had to get out of New York, get the fuck out and get far away from the ghost of Emily that would no doubt haunt him.
"I told you, I need to get off the grid for a while, Colton,"
Gavin argued, roughing a hand over his face.
"I can't be here. Just take care of switching our stocks out of Dylan's hands."
Colton released a weighty breath and nodded.
"I'll take care of it first thing Monday morning."
He clapped Gavin's shoulder, his eyes softening.
"You have to be good with all of this when you get back. Promise me you'll put Emily to rest while you're down there."
Gavin's chest palpitated at the sound of her name.
"Yeah,"
he replied, his voice grave.
"I'll try."